have yapped about TWST to my father for hours on end, and while he has been extremely patient with me, I figured it might be time for him to put some real names to real faces instead of having to hear about the heart guy, the octopus guy, the maleficent guy, and so on and so forth for all of time and eternity. So, on my recent visit home, I convinced him to play this little game with me where he reacts to and guesses things about Twisted Wonderland characters. So, without further ado, let us see what he had to say, starting with.
Well, that's quite an interesting outfit. A little bit of racetrack ribbon across his sash, prize ribbon, and interesting looking fella. Bright red hair, a little bit of a crown, kingly. So that King of Hearts, that would kind of say Alice in Wonderland to me.
Okay.
Interesting character. Nice cape.
The cape is pretty fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's an interesting thing. I mean, his cuffs are a little bit much on his shirt, more like a pirate's cuffs in classic cartoony versions. But yeah, a little bit of black gloves. Yeah, no, not much else to say about him.
What do you think his name is?
Him. Well, call him Dash.
Dash.
Yeah, Dash. It's the red hair and the flamboyance.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. Very interesting take. All right.
Okay, so we can move on.
Move on to this guy.
Oh, there's a dude working out in the field somewhere. A little bit of cat ears, so we're going to guess he's Lion King. Well, he's got a little Lion King on his sash anyway. Oh, he's even got a tail.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
That's impressive. Little tattoo boy down out on the streets. What would we like to call this fella? He looks like a Jake.
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 Okay.
Yep. Jake. You meet him down the block at this point, down at the garage.
Oh,
It's
I
more like the
see.
mechanic vibe is what I'm getting out of that thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of what I think about that boy.
Is it because of like the chaps?
Oh, the chaps, it's the vest.
Oh, the vest.
Yeah, it's kind of the leathers, you know? Attire, the pants, the jacket, gloves.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Ready for the next one?
Yes. Oh, this is a slick dude getting ready to go out on the town and show off. That's what he looks like. Got his little scarf and his bow tie. Yeah, he does look like he could be a gangster era guy. Yeah, he's a little tougher to figure out where he would place in any of this menagerie. Let me see. What is he reminiscent of? He might be a Sleeping Beauty type person.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because Sleeping Beauty, a little more royalty, a little more dressed up, the dapper types. You know, especially he's got the shoes with the Oxford type shoes with the multicolors on them. You know, that's what I'm kind of thinking he looks like. But yeah, I guess that's where he's at.
Okay. Next, we have this fella.
Uh-oh, another jazzy one. Oh, he's definitely from Alice in Wonderland. Another redheaded boy. A little more, what do I want to say? A little more of a live spirit from what it looks like to me. But, what would we want to call him? Spike.
Spike. Okay.
Yeah.
He's kind of got spiky hair.
Yeah, spiky hair, and it's the attitude purveying through him. That's where I would go with that one.
All right. You said Alice in Wonderland?
Yes, I did.
Alrighty. Very fancy.
Oh,
Who's this guy?
I don't know. It looks like he's got a samurai sword on the side there almost.
I think it's a baton.
Baton, okay. He looks very soldier-like. He looks like he could be either Snow White or Sleeping Beauty because he's looks like he could be somebody around checking out the woods. Yeah, we'll put him with Snow White. We're gonna put him with Snow White.
Okie dokie. And then what
Mhm.
name do you want to give this fella?
Hans.
Hans. Oh my. All right.
All right.
So who's this guy?
Well, he's got looks either a fox or a wolf tail. And that's pretty discerning. Although that doesn't fit anything other than Lion King since he's animalistic. Oh, he's also got that sash. Yeah, okay. So he's no Lion King boy. So he looks more like he's another one of these biker gang people. That's what he's looking like. Yeah, we could name him the Fonz. Why not?
Fonzie?
Yeah, like Fonzie. Yep. Like in Happy Days, Fonzie. being the biker dude.
Okay. Very fancy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, next up we have...
Oh, another one of these guys from Alice in Wonderland. So he's a little bit of a darker complexion compared to the other redhead people. No, he's not part of the hearts. He's part of the spades and clubs. What would we do with this fellow? We'd call him a tough one. Not quite sure what to call him. We'll call him Brad.
Brad. Okay.
Brad. Yeah, we'll call him Brad. He's a little abrasive for a Brad, but we'll call him Brad.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that's kind of where I go with that boy. Not too much else to say about him. Looks determined as well. So he is a serious type character.
Mm-hmm. And you said he was in which of the movies?
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, fair enough. Next we have this fellow.
Oh, okay. Hans and Franz. So this is Franz. Goes with Hans. Looks very much the same. Also, again, looks very militaristic. And, yeah. Too much else to say about him again, but I would, again, probably go with Snow White.
Okay, so 2 Snow Whites so far. This guy.
Oh, well, all right. So we've got somebody here from Aladdin. Looks a little, how do I want to put this? Impish. He's, again, smirky, smiling at people, trying to draw them in. It's kind of what he looks like he's trying to do. And, I'm going to call him Anish.
Anish.
Yeah, we're going to go with a nice little Hindu type name. So anyway, so yeah, he looks like, he's trying to impress people. Looks like he's a little fleet of foot. Trying to be dashing, but a little overdone. That's the way it looks.
Oh, okay. Next up we have Sky.
Sky. Another guy's got ears, which puts him kind of towards the Lion King genre. Almost looks like his sash has a claw around the neck. But yeah, he's a little hard to describe otherwise. He's looks a little young and immature. But I'm gonna call him Mikey.
Mikey.
Mikey. Everybody likes Mikey, right?
I suppose he does a lot of odd jobs around campus.
Mm-hmm. That'll keep everybody else happy that he's around, right? That's a good thing. Everybody likes Mikey. I like it.
Alrighty. Next up we have...
Oh, another Aladdin-based character from the appearances. At least that's what it looks like to me from his attire. Interesting. He's got his headpiece is a little bit interesting there. A little overdone for a fella. But all the same, doesn't really look like an Abdul, but I'm going to call him Abdul.
Okay. I'm Aladdin. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely looks like an Aladdin fella.
Alrighty. He's pretty fun. I like his henna inside.
A little tattooing.
Alrighty. Next up, we have this guy.
Oh boy. Back to Alice in Wonderland. Another redhead, man. They got lots of hearts and diamonds going here.
And collecting them.
Yeah. I mean, he seems pretty comfortable with himself. Seems like he's trying to cajole people a little bit. What would you call a fellow like that? I don't know. Arthur. I'm going to call him Arthur. Yeah, Artie.
Ooh, Artie?
Artie for the most part. Artie.
Artie the party guy.
Yeah, that's what he looks like.
Fantastic. Okay. Next up we have...
Oh, another one of these guys. Except this isn't the Hans or a Franz. No. That's more like a William.
A William. Interesting.
Yeah, it's like a William. And this one's friendly, not as serious. More somebody trying to be a player. That's kind of the way it looks to me.
Interesting.
Yeah. So again, that would put him back in the Snow White category, under the presumption that again, Castle and Guards, although Sleeping Beauty could be something similar. It's really, I'm not seeing anything definitive there. Telling you between one and the other. But yeah, we'll go with that. We'll keep all those guys grouped together.
All in Snow White.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. That's all I got for him.
Okie dokie. Well, next up we have...
Well, that's interesting, because that could be Aladdin, but doesn't look like Aladdin. Got the flowy robes and stuff, which is kind of interesting. That might put him a little bit more. Maybe he's with the Hercules group.
Hercules, you want to say?
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything definitive there that would tell me where he belongs, although I'm sure there's something there to tell me.
Yeah, it's a little hard to see, but there is some stuff.
Well, I mean, he's got stuff in his sash that looks like a lion's face, but that would be more Lion Kingish, but I can't really tell. The ribbons on his blue vestment.
Hmm.
But again, that's just really hard for me to tell. Yeah, we'll leave him with the Hercules group.
Okie dokie.
Now, him, we're going to call, he's going to be a Ken.
Ken?
Ken, yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
He's enough, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, next up we have...
Man, Alice in Wonderland is real popular in this thing, isn't it?
They have the most characters out of all the dorms. Although there's a couple that are close.
Yeah, I mean, I like his hat.
Oh, you like the hat?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a throwback hat. That's what that comes from. I mean,
It's a fedora, right?
Yeah, it's a fedora. Yep. Comes from more like the Cary Grant era. Although he's not got as quite the disposition of Cary Grant from his smile, but he's trying to work on it. It looks like he's trying to be something of that type. But yeah, he looks like he's trying to make people like him. It looks like he's probably successful at it. He seems confident. Yeah. So what are we going to call him? We're going to call him Jim. He's gonna be Jim.
Okay. Jim from the Cary Grant era.
Mm-hmm.
Next up we have...
Okay. Now that's interesting. That's interesting. Completely different coming on here. That one, we're going to, let's see what we can make of this. I'm just going to say from all the coloring, I'm going to say a Little Mermaid because of the black and blues. Very different. Yeah, looks androidish, which I presume is what that person is.
Mm-hmm, they're a humanoid.
Yeah. And yeah, they look like they're, I don't know, with the hands sticking out like that, like anxious. Like a somewhat anxious individual. Well, that's going to be a tough one to name. Oh, Simon. Simon. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, we got Simon the anxious android.
Yes, that's what we're looking at.
Alrighty. Next up we have...
Oh, another dapper fellow. Can't quite make out the little insignia on his scarf. I'm to figure out where he's from. He's a purplish fella.
He's got some other stuff going on that you could probably look at to figure out where he's at.
Yeah. It's kind of hard for me to tell. Okay, so I put this person in. We'll throw this person into the Sleeping Beauty category. Let's do that.
The dapper, because the dapperness.
Yeah, the dapperness. Yep, I'm dressed up and ready to go out for the night. And again, looks like he's a little smirky, but confident and just ready to go. So kind of a sly fellow. So we'll call him Sly.
Sly, all right.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Oh, so Sly from Sleeping Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy. All right. How about this fellow?
I think we already used Slick. But yeah, he looks like he's ready to go party, and he looks like he's from the same genre. So we'll stick him with that same group as well. We'll make him a Sleeping Beauty person, and definitely a party guy. Light on his feet, so we're gonna call him Fred.
Fred.
Yeah, like Fred Astaire. Light on his feet.
Oh, okay.
Hat goes with it as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's kind of that same era. Same
yeah,
vibe.
that same vibe. It gives you that vibe. Absolutely.
All right. What about this fellow?
Okay, we're back into the royal garb, as best as I could tell.
Yeah, it's a little harder with him, I think, because the hints aren't as
Yeah,
displayed.
yeah, but being a royal garb, he's either between Snow White or Sleeping Beauty, more likely than not. And yeah, we'll throw him into the Sleeping Beauty category. Name for this one? Vinny.
Vinny.
Yeah, Vinny. Kind of contrary to his projections. We're going to call him Vinny.
All right. Got Vinny from what you said, Snow White? Or
Yeah, Sleeping Beauty.
All righty. Next up is this guy.
Oh, okay. So we're going to stick him back with the Little Mermaid because he's got the colorings again. So he's going to go with that grouping, at least in my memory. Looks like he's talking on the phone or trying to serious about some stuff there. He's not, he's just grabbing his collar, but that's what it looked like. Cell phone boy. So we're going to call him Tim.
Tim.
Tim. Yep.
Okay.
No special reason. Just Tim.
Just Tim. Just Tim.
Just Tim.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. How about this guy?
Oh, another one of these royal people. All right. So we're going to put him with the other guy. We're going to drop him back in Sleeping Beauty with the other guy. And again, got that royal garb going. He looks like a musketeer from the Three Musketeers. So we're going to call him, we'll make a D'Artagnan. Why not? He can be D'Artagnan.
D'Artagnan.
Yeah,
Okay.
why not? A little bit of flamboyance, a little bit of a romantic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And last, we have this guy.
Okay, we're back into the odd colorings, which makes it difficult again. But we're going to, again, put that into the Snow White bucket because that's where we put most of those guys. So, yeah, so we're going to do that, and we're going to, for a name, we'll call him Brian.
Brian.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yep, that's about as good as I'm going to get. I don't have any good to rhyme with Brian that actually matches his persona.
Fair enough. Well, I'll go through them and let you know who is who. All right, so this is Riddle Rose Hearts. He is the leader of the Alice in Wonderland dorm. So you got that pretty good. We have Leona King Scholar, who is the leader of the Lion King dorm. We have Jade Leech, who is from Little Mermaid.
Oh,
So all of these dapper guys are Little Mermaid guys.
well, that's interesting.
Yeah, they have the little octopus legs on the scarf.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to pick up what that was.
Yeah, it's a little hard to see. I think in Azul's it's easier. Here's Ace. He is also from the Alice in Wonderland dorm. He is the Ace of Hearts. They all have different suits, which is why there's so many of them. This is Sebek Zigvolt of the Sleeping Beauty dorm.
No, I put him in the wrong place.
You put them in,
Snow White.
You put them in Snow White, but they are Sleeping Beauty, all these guys. But you did keep them consistent, so something to be said for that. This is Jack Howell of the Lion King, but he is a wolf, but he's not from the savannah. He's originally from like the Snow White area, which is why he kind of gives off a slightly different vibe.
Yeah. It didn't seem like it was the Sahara or the desert area.
We have Deuce Spade, who is the much more serious of the freshmen, but he is also from the Alice in Wonderland dorm. Him and Ace have an interesting dynamic. This is Silver, no last name. He is from the Sleeping Beauty dorm. He and Sebek spar all the time. They're quite interesting. The two of them are also very opposite one another.
Okay.
This is Jamil Viper from the Aladdin dorm. So you're forgetting that.
Yeah, it's hard to miss.
Yeah. It's a little obvious. You start picking up on like the snakes, and then you got some of the same, like the scarabs and things. Kinda starts to give you that vibe. This is Ruggie Bucci from the Lion King dorm.
Yep.
Pretty simple. He's the hyena there. This is Kalim Alasim, also from Aladdin. He's based off of the Sultan, which is why he has all the fun headdress and jewelry and all that sort of stuff. He's the uber rich guy. The other guy is his servant, who he believes is his friend, but there's complicated feelings and things in their relationship. And this is Cater Diamond of the Alice in Wonderland dorm. He is a social media guy, loves his phones, his followers, his likes, his comments, all that kind of stuff. This is Lilia Van Rouge from the Sleeping Beauty dorm. He's the vice lead for them. He's very old. He's like 700. It's a good time. This is Vil Schoenheit of the Snow White. So all of these are Snow White.
I had them transposed.
Yeah, you kind of flip them back and forth, but it's hard to see, but I think it's the most obvious on his. If you look at the red, there's like little poison apples in
is that what that is?
the thing. And there is a poison apple in the crest. It's just really hard to see in these setups. But yeah, you had them flipped.
Yep.
You had the right vibe.
I had them
wrong.
grouped, but flipped. I knew they were from similar backgrounds, similar.
And then we have Trey Clover from
Mhm.
Alice in Wonderland. He's the vice lead. He's a very chill guy. We have Ortho Shroud, the humanoid from the Hercules storm.
Oh, that's Hercules.
Yeah, they have, because they're based off of the villains, so he's got the hair, the Hades fire hair.
Oh, okay.
Same thing with him and his brother. We got Azul Ashen Grotto. He's the lead for the Little Mermaid place.
Mhm.
You can see he's got an octopus on his little cane.
Ah.
And he's got the little octopus dots and stuff on his socks. And he's got the little shell that Ursula takes Ariel's voice in on his hat. So they're very subtle, but they're there. We also have Floyd Bleach, also from the Little Mermaid. Obviously, you can see the socks better here.
Yep.
And we have Epel Thelmere from the Snow White door. Idia Shroud, also from Hercules. He's got much more of the flaming hair. Rook Hunt from Snow White. He's the huntsman guy I keep telling you about that does all the creepy stuff.
Right.
And then last but not least, Malleus Draconia from Sleeping Beauty, who's based off of Maleficent, which is why he has the horns. And all of their outfits have the spinning wheel and thread as another element on their belts. So that's all of them.
Yeah,
that's all the guys.
I was trying to pick up on that spinning wheel thing. I couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah, it's the thread. Well, the spinning wheel is like the little buckle here.
Yeah.
And then the thread is like held. So who is your favorite out of all of the designs, out of all of the peoples? Who do you like the best?
Oh, you're going to have to rush through them quick so I can see.
Sure. And Malleus.
I think Floyd, he's a fun guy.
Oh, you like Floyd?
Yeah, he's a fun guy. I like him.
Like Floyd. Okay, very interesting. Cool.
Okay, that's all I got.
Well, thank you.
All right, so it was a fun little walk into your little world.
Yeah. All of the nonsense that I tell you about all the time. Now you have some faces to put with the stuff I'm talking
If
about.
I can remember them all.
Wow, that's a separate issue entirely.
All righty, well, thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for putting up with all of this. Appreciate it. So there you have it. All of my father's takes about all of the main cast. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know with a like or a comment or maybe even a subscribe. And if you want more content like this in the future, please let me know with a comment down below. Perhaps one day I'll be able to even convince my mother to share her thoughts. Who's to say? But we'll have to find out another day. For now, though, as always, I would like to remind you that you're amazing, and I hope you have a wonderful day.